Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS FANS. Let's get to the news. Now guys, I have to tell you, this offseason has been one of the most intriguing, most unpredictable periods for Browns fans in recent memory. The buzz is all about the quarterback position, and honestly, it's been a roller coaster. As we approach what promises to be a critical season for Cleveland, the question on everyone's mind remains: who's going to lead this team onto the field when the games count? And let me tell you, the Browns are still in a bit of a holding pattern, trying to figure out exactly who's got what it takes to be the man under center. No clear-cut starter has emerged yet, and that's creating a lot of excitement, speculation, and let's be honest, a little bit of anxiety among the fan base. The team has a host of options, and that's both a blessing and a curse. On paper, Cleveland has a roster full of potential at quarterback, but that also means competition is fierce. Right now, the organization is allowing these guys to fight it out during training camp and preseason games, giving everyone a shot at earning that starting role. It's a smart move, really, because with so many capable players, nobody wants to rush into a decision. They want to see who shows the most consistency, who can handle the pressure, and who can step up when it matters most. Most NFL insiders and fans are talking about veteran Joe Flacco, and honestly, he's seen as the frontrunner by many. Flacco, with his extensive experience and a Super Bowl victory under his belt, brings a level of leadership and calmness that Cleveland values. He's been around the block, knows how to manage a game, and can be a stabilizing presence in the huddle. But here's the catch: Flacco isn't getting any younger, and while he could help Cleveland win a few more games this season, the big question remains: what about the long term? Is he the guy that gives the Browns a shot at sustained success, or is he more of a bridge to something better? And speaking of better, the Browns are also keeping an eye on Kenny Pickett, the former first-round pick acquired in this offseason. Pickett's been through his ups and downs, but the talent is undeniable. He's got the arm, the mobility, and the mental toughness that you look for in a franchise quarterback. The Browns might see him as a long-term project, or maybe even as a potential starter right now. The idea is that Cleveland could be giving him a real shot to prove himself, especially since he's had some experience in the NFL, even if not in the most ideal circumstances. Remember, he's coming from Pittsburgh, where he was drafted to be the future, but things didn't quite click there. Now in Cleveland, he might get a fresh start, a chance to show what he can really do when given the reins. But wait, it gets even more interesting. The Browns also have two rookies in the mix, Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. These two have been making waves during training camp and preseason. Gabriel, with his quick release and football IQ, showed flashes of promise, and Sanders, the rookie phenom, has been impressing fans and analysts alike. Sanders started the preseason opener against the Carolina Panthers because of the injury situation at quarterback, and he didn't just hold his own, he shined. Throwing for 138 yards and 2 touchdowns, he played with confidence, mobility, and poise. It was a performance that made many wonder if Cleveland might be looking at something special in this young player. Now, I know what some of you are thinking: starting a rookie in the season opener? That's a bold move. And honestly, it's unlikely Cleveland would roll with Sanders from the start in Week 1. But that performance definitely puts him in the conversation for a spot in the top 3 of the depth chart. It's a sign that the Browns are not just looking for a quick fix, but are open to developing young talent and possibly building a future star. This kind of competition is what makes training camp so exciting. Every day, these guys are pushing each other, fighting for that spot, and creating a dynamic environment that can only benefit the team in the long run. Now, here's the thing: this entire quarterback situation is still very much up in the air. Cleveland has been patient, and rightfully so, because they understand that rushing into a decision could lead to long-term issues. The team's current outlook isn't necessarily about contending for the playoffs this year. In fact, many analysts believe the Browns might be more focused on building a solid foundation for the future. Giving younger players a chance to develop, while still maintaining enough veteran leadership to stay competitive, is a balancing act that Cleveland is trying to master. This is where the potential release or trade of Joe Flacco comes into play. If the Browns decide to move on from Flacco, it could open up a spot for another player to step in and showcase what they've got. And that could be Kenny Pickett, or even one of the rookies, Gabriel or Sanders. The goal? Find a quarterback who can grow with the team, who can handle the pressure, and who can lead Cleveland to the kind of success that has eluded them for so long. For years, Browns fans have been waiting for that franchise quarterback, the guy who can elevate the team, inspire confidence, and bring that elusive Super Bowl trophy back to Cleveland. But let's be real. It's not just about finding a guy who can play, it's about finding the right guy at the right time. Pickett has shown flashes of potential, and with more opportunities, he could develop into the leader Cleveland desperately needs. Sanders, with his performance against the Panthers, might be that surprise element, a raw talent with the kind of upside that could pay off big. Meanwhile, Flacco's veteran presence could still be useful for mentoring younger quarterbacks, helping them develop their skills, and providing stability in the short term. The Browns, coaching staff, and front office are probably asking themselves these questions daily. Do they go with experience? Do they embrace youth and potential? Do they risk going with a rookie right out of the gate? Or do they play it safe and stick with Flacco until they're ready to make a long-term decision? It's a complex puzzle, but one thing is clear. This quarterback battle will be one of the most watched storylines in Cleveland all season long, and you have to wonder how this will impact the team's overall strategy. Cleveland has been in search of a franchise quarterback for what feels like forever. This offseason, they've been more open than ever to taking chances on younger players, giving them the opportunity to prove themselves in real game situations. It's a bold move, but one that could pay off if they find the right guy. Imagine a scenario where Kenny Pickett, after some development, becomes the guy Cleveland can build around for the next decade. That would be a game changer, not just for the Browns, but for the entire AFC North. The AFC North itself is shaping up to be one of the most competitive divisions in football. The Cincinnati Bengals, Baltimore Ravens, and Pittsburgh Steelers all have their strengths, and Cleveland's quarterback situation could determine whether they rise or fall this season. If Cleveland manages to find stability at the position, especially with a young guy like Pickett or Sanders, they could surprise a lot of people. But if they falter, it might be another year of what-ifs and rebuilding efforts. Now, for the fans who have been longing for that breakthrough, this is the kind of drama you live for. Every practice, every preseason game, every snap in training camp adds a new layer to this story. And I know, deep down, Browns fans want to see their team finally get over the hump. They want a quarterback who can deliver in clutch moments, who can lead a comeback, who can rally the team when things get tough. That's what they've been waiting for, someone to take ownership of the offense and inspire confidence across the board. Looking ahead, Cleveland has a lot to consider. The organization has to decide whether to stick with the veteran Flacco, hoping he can help them squeeze out a few wins, or to go with the young guns and trust in their development. Perhaps they'll even look to trade Flacco, freeing up a roster spot for someone who might be part of the team's future. The key will be how these players perform in the remaining preseason games and how they handle the pressure of competing for the starting role. And let's not forget, this quarterback battle isn't just about individual talent. It's about chemistry, leadership, and resilience. The Browns need a guy who can command the huddle, motivate the team, and handle the media spotlight that comes with being the starter. With the season just around the corner, every snap, every decision, and every play will be scrutinized. Fans are eager, analysts are watching closely, and the players themselves are pushing harder than ever. In the end, Cleveland's future at quarterback might depend on a combination of talent, opportunity, and a little bit of luck. Whether it's Pickett, Sanders, Flacco, or someone else, one thing is for sure, the Browns are entering a pivotal chapter in their history. This season could be the one where they finally find their guy, or it could be another chapter of growth and learning. But what's certain is that the battle is on, and Browns fans should be ready for a roller coaster ride filled with surprises, hope, and the relentless pursuit of that elusive Super Bowl dream. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Cleveland Browns news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. As we look ahead to the upcoming season, it's impossible not to feel the excitement and anticipation building among Browns fans. The quarterback situation is at the heart of that excitement. Every practice, every game, every throw will be analyzed and debated. Cleveland's coaching staff has a tough decision to make, but it's also an opportunity. It's the chance to finally find that franchise quarterback that can lead them to glory, to the Super Bowl, to that long-awaited celebration that Browns fans have been dreaming about for decades. Imagine a scenario where Pickett, after some time to develop and gain confidence, steps into that role and becomes the leader Cleveland needs. Or maybe Sanders, with his raw talent and impressive preseason debut, surprises everyone and earns a starting spot early in the season. Whatever happens, one thing is clear: this team is at a crossroads. The next few weeks will be crucial, and fans are rightfully eager to see how it all unfolds. And as we wrap up, I want to emphasize again how important this moment is for the Cleveland Browns. They have a chance to turn the page, to finally establish stability at the quarterback position, and to set themselves up for long-term success. The journey might be uncertain, the path filled with challenges, but if there's one thing Browns fans know well, it's that hope springs eternal in Cleveland. So stay tuned, get ready for an exciting season, and remember that every step forward, every game, every play, brings this team closer to that ultimate goal: another shot at the Super Bowl. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.